It's a great day to chat. Welcome to the Cherie Mercado podcast, where we celebrate human experiences by getting to know people's stories one chat at a time. And today, I'm very happy to have this wonderful woman as my guest. And I'm very thankful that she made time to see us dahil paalis na rin siya papunta ng Pilipinas. She's a mother, she's an actress, she's a wife, she's a friend, there's so many things I admire about this woman, Miss Gelli De Belen. Thank you, Gelli, for joining us.
Hi, Cherie. Thank you for inviting me. Ang dami mo namang na-admire. Diyos ko, natakot ako. Pressure.
Hindi kasi, ako at this age, I don't find the logic or the reason or any value in lying anymore. You know, but I do want to be very generous with my compliments because if people deserve it, then why not let them know,
thank
right?
you very much. Actually, you know what? As you get older, I find also na parang, why do you have to be stingy nga naman with compliments?
Oo.
If you find something that you appreciate about a person, say it.
Especially these days of a lot of mental health issues.
Diba?
A lot of people need to hear it. Minsan,
We all need
compliment
to.
makes people uncomfortable. I know it makes me
Ako rin.
uncomfortable. Ikaw rin.
Ako rin.
Oo, parang ganun. Sa nga, I'm still learning how to be gracious when people, thank you ka na lang, thank you.
True,
Just say
true.
thank you,
Minsan,
but-
I get awkward and then I say stupid stuff. Na parang, why did I say that? Kasi na-off
Oh
ako
my
eh.
God. That happens to me too. I guess, sabi nga nila, well, it's kasi like some people I want to guest in the show are those who I think, or in the Filipino TV team thinks that who can inspire people. They don't have to be sikat. They don't have to be
Overachievers.
But I believe that, lahat tayo may storya.
We all have a story. There's
Diba?
parang it's whenever we tend to judge people with what they do or what they're diba? Parang we should actually stop ourselves that we don't know what
Kung anong
journey they're
pinagdadaanan
going
nila.
through
Oo.
We
We might
don't
never know because we will
and we
never
will never
be in
know,
their
right?
shoes.
We'll never be in their shoes. Parang hold off on the judgment and the stigma because we don't know what they're going through eh. Baka
diba?
mamaya may pinagdadaanan sila na we
At
don't
least
know.
we're aging well when we are finding out these things.
I know, may
Meron naman
pinagkakatandaan,
tayo.
that's what they say.
May pinagkatandaan naman tayo. Pero
Try
kasi,
natin.
merong mga experience na parang ngayon ko lang napagdaanan. Like ito one example. I hate people who are late. I was brought up,
ako din.
my parents are very,
Okay.
very punctual.
Punctual.
That's a value that, pero ngayon, lalo na lumipat ako sa Canada, dami kong ginagawang housework. Nalilate na rin ako. For the first time in my life, nalilate ako. Tapos sabi
Dito
ko,
ka pa sa Canada malilate. Sa Pilipinas, hindi.
Oo nga eh.
Naiwan nila yung susi ng ganito.
Oo.
They left the house. They had to go back for it.
may compassion.
Oo.
Diba?
Oo. That comes with when you get older.
Wisdom. I'd like to call it wisdom.
Yun nga, pinagkatandaan.
Ayan. Oo.
In short.
One of the things I admire about you is how you stay grounded. You're in show business.
Yes.
You're in a family of, you've been used to it. How early was it when you started in
Jenny
showbiz?
started in the business when she was 9.
I love Janice De Belen. I grew up
Watching Flor de
watching her,
Luna,
of
right? And
course.
everything
She's
that she did. I mean, in her
Yes.
heyday talaga, she was it, right? She started when she was 9. I started when I was, siguro my first ever work was I was 6 years.
Wow,
Oh, no.
okay.
4 or 5 even. Pero syempre, that's just child's
alam mo,
play,
ano yun?
right?
Ano yun?
I remember I was like
Commercial? Was it-
4 years old or 5. Kasi 5 years ang age gap namin ni Janice. It was actually just walking down the aisle. It's a movie called Kasal. I don't know if you guys are, I don't even know
okay.
that. Kasi basta mga 5 years old ako, 4 years old ako noon.
Flower girl ka.
Flower girl lang naman. Wala naman akong contribution doon. But that was my first ever job. And then my next job was a play. It was called Himala. It was the Young Janice.
Oh, okay.
For Nestor Torre. Nestor Torre was the one who directed it. Anyway, and then I would get
Dire-diretso
jobs
na
here and
after
there. As a kid, as a child actor, anak ni ganito, anak ni ganyan, doing this, and yung mga dramas on TV, or I was the little Janice in her movies, mga Roman Rapido, yung mga, or
So yun ang you were awakened to the world of showbiz.
This is my awareness. I guess that's
how
why.
Are you so,
Because
how are you so grounded? I can, that's because I had, news and showbiz are kind of, like in ABS, tabi-tabi yan. GMA, diba? Parang it's not the same world, but it's kind of similar. And I know how it can get to your head. It can also get to your head in news.
It really can.
The pampering.
Of course.
You feel, after a while, you feel like you're entitled to all of these,
to a lot of things, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Pero I don't see that in you. I mean, Gelli walked in now and she didn't know na may kasama palang video yung ating podcast. And she's not like fussing about it. Well, di naman kasi kailangan mag-worry. Maganda naman ang mukha.
Hindi, kaya nag-lipstick ako. Nag-lipstick ako. Kaya nga siya, hindi ako pasensya na wala akong contour.
Ayan o, diba?
Parang siopaw lang. Oh, Diyos ko lang.
Yung parang, wala, you're grounded.
Siguro, it's because I'm older. Maybe if I was in my 20s,
did it ever happen before? You remember?
Baka I might be more maarte if in my 20s. Kasi when you're in your 20s.
Iba yung arte, iba yung parang it's in your head. You can tell di ba? Yung parang hindi pumasok sa isip mo na I'm more special than other people because I am a star.
Hindi
I deserve special treatment.
You know what? It comes with age. I think the awareness. And, when you're a mom, yung ganon, feeling ko parang there are a lot of things that are more important you realize after having children. But when I was single, I'm sure I would have probably reacted a little bit more. Or I would have handled it a little bit differently. Maybe. I don't know rin. Hindi ko rin alam. Kasi ganito naman ako talaga. But
actually, yun nga yung nakikita ko sa'yo even before pa eh. Because I get a snippet. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I have a good pulse with people and I feel their energy. Like when I see you even when you were younger with your peers, parang...
I'm sure nakikita mo ako sa hallways ng ABS and before.
Yeah, and even how you come across on camera when you're with your peers. Parang it's a Gelli in off cam and it's a Gelli on cam. There's not a big difference. You're kalog, you're funny, you're sometimes mataray, intimidating. Correct me if I'm wrong, ha? All these.
Parang lang yun. Madaldal lang ako. More than anything, I think I'm just madaldal, period.
Oh nga, I hear Ariel saying that. In the vlog, he was saying, you're loud.
I know. Yan ang lagi niya reklamo, I'm loud. Well, just live with it.
Pero how would you describe yourself now? I mean, there were, yung...
How does someone describe themselves?
Ano yung pinaka... Okay, that's actually not... You think it's an easy question.
Hindi pala madali sagutin yun, ano?
Parang, sige, kung hindi ikaw si Gelli, you're looking from outside, how would you describe Gelli?
My Lord. It's a different point of view altogether, right? Maybe this is how I would desire people to see me. That would be better kasi I don't know how they see me. Right. But of course, parang, syempre, ako to, gusto ko itong tingin nila sa akin. Hindi ko rin alam. Because this never crossed my mind. I mean, does it ever... Okay, Cherie, you answer that same question.
Actually, ayan, bumalik sa akin kasi.
How would you describe yourself?
That's true. I would like to be seen as
that's better, di ba? Parang
mahirap pala yung tanong ko.
So how would you like to be seen?
Sabi ko na, pwedeng mabaliktad eh. Kaka-vlog ni Gelli to eh. Ang galing na magtanong.
As a news reporter, as a newscaster, as a media person, as a mom, I mean, there's so many different facets of your life that you could describe, di ba?
Maraming aspects, no? Kasi parang, I was wondering, do you have taray moments? Because sometimes I see na.
It just seems like I do, but actually, hindi naman masyado. Madaldalan talaga ako.
When you say you're madaldal, you're expressive with your feelings. Halimbawa, you don't bottle it up.
No, I do not. Except when I'm angry or except when I'm really hurt. That's something that's the only time there is silence. But everything else I feel, you will hear it from me.
Okay. So it takes you a while? Or halimbawa
I process. When it's a very strong emotion, I process. I mean, parang kasi I've learned through the years na if you don't, you tend to say things that you regret. So, or you tend to react and then you regret. So this is me at my age. And if I was 20, I'd be saying different things. I think, kasi I have a lot of things that I said and a lot of things that I did when I was young that, sana pala hindi ako ganun. Why did I say that? Ba't ganun yung reaction ko? Bakit ganun ka? Pero ngayon parang, okay, mas ano ka na, mas kalma. You're more, grounded. You're more, parang there are more important things that I worry about right now than what I used to do. But dati kasi parang, hey, guys, it's me here, take care of me or whatever, right? Pero hindi na ganun. When you get older, you realize, those things aren't important. Those are all like in the surface lang, diba? At the end of the day, it's your work. It's the kind of person you are. It's how you moved another person, how you touched another person. That's more important than how they touched you or how they they treated you, how you were made to feel. Kasi when you're younger, it's all about you, right? And then eventually, parang medyo hindi lang naman ako ang nasa mundong ito, 'di ba?
Following that train of thought, what would you tell the 20-year-old Gelli?
Be more grateful. Be more grateful. Save more. Save more. Be more grateful and finish school. There you go.
You didn't finish school?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not finish college. I did not.
So you were St. Paul, di ba?
St.
High
Paul's.
school.
Yeah, kasi nga si Susan. Actually, ang tawag namin
Susan
kay
nga.
Susan Stephanie siya, di ba? Okay,
yeah.
so, yun. As in, she's my classmate talaga. Hi.
Ay, she loves you.
And then, what's this? Finish, yun, nag-aaral ako. High school, I went to college also. Nag-advertising pa ako sa college. And then, of course, I didn't finish. Kasi syempre, di ba, pag kumikita ka na, parang dapat pinower through ko siya. Kaya lang, I was earning, and then it seemed like,
the point of schooling is earning.
is to earn, right? And I was earning already. I tried twice pa to go to college. Nag-UP pa ako. Tapos nag-Miriam pa ako. And then talagang, hindi. I was sleeping through class.
Okay.
And then I had work. Di ba when you have work? Dati naman, wala naman ang, I have class eh. Edi kukuha kami ng ibang talent. I mean, we'll get somebody else.
Yeah.
So, syempre parang sayang naman yung what you could have earned, no? So, sige na. Standby na yan.
Are you thinking of we've heard of people who
Going back to school, right?
It doesn't even have to be now. It can be when you're 70, 60.
It can be any time that you want, right?
Is that something open?
Of course. I'm always open to going back to school. Kaya nga kanina when you said, I'm going back to school, talaga, what are you doing? That's what I'm asking. Parang, feeling ko parang it's also something that I can go back to. It's just deciding, what will I go back to? What will I do? What course will I take? Or kahit anong certificate course I'll be willing to get into. Pero what? When? How?
You
stuff
feel
like
it
that.
naman when the time is right, I think.
It will happen.
Yeah, one of my learnings also is that life doesn't have to be linear.
Yes. I mean, you moving here is such a big deal, right? I mean, how are you adjusting?
Step, diba? Well, it's hard. Now, it's hard. Like, especially now, winter. Pero let's not go there. Baka maiyak ako. Kasi, mahirap. Because my husband and my other daughter are still in Manila.
Oh my gosh!
So, half-half kami. It's me here and my eldest daughter, who's in an art school and thriving in the art school. One of the main reasons we went here is because I knew that she belongs in another place. She doesn't belong in the schools in Manila. No matter how.
It was not helping her.
It was not helping her. And she had so much potential in the arts that I feel like it's our responsibility as her parent to like,
to give them opportunities, diba?
Yes. So dito, tama yung sa kanya. I can feel it. She's learning things like, sa Pilipinas siguro, parang it's not a big deal. Pero natututong mag-commute, natututong alaga sa sarili niya.
And that's what my children learned here. Kasi sa Pilipinas, hindi. Hatid sundo yan eh. Pero here, they know how to commute. I mean, they drive themselves right now. But then, in the beginning, they were commuting as well to school and from. And then, they do their own laundry. Pag wala kami, syempre, ako yan lahat ngayon. Pero before, they do their own laundry. well, currently, of course, they cook their food. I mean, they live with their
How old are
lola.
they? Oh, yeah.
They live
Go
with
ahead.
their lola, but then of course, parang they know how to take care of themselves already. As opposed to when they were in Manila, and even if they still continued to live with us in Manila, I don't think they'll be as independent as they are now. Because they take care of themselves. Wala kami eh.
Right. Ilang taon na sila ngayon?
My eldest just turned 24 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
And then my youngest is 22.
24 and 22?
Yes.
Are you ready for the partners bringing home?
Oh yeah, I've met their girlfriends.
Okay.
Although one of my sons, single siya ngayon. Pero, ano na, it's something.
Andun ka na sa ano?
Yeah,
stage na yun.
it's what it is. Ganyan talaga eh.
So cool ka ba?
I don't know if I'm cool. They'll be able to tell you if I'm cool with regards to that. Feeling ko medyo ako reserved ng konti. Pero, you know, they're part of my children's lives eh. They make my children happy. So, for as long as they bring the best in my kids, they bring out the best in my kids, then wala ang problema.
Minsan kasi yung mommy yan nakakatakot eh, di ba?
Yes!
Yung parang...
Pero syempre medyo reserved pa rin ako.
Dati.
Yung mommy mo
Tapos
talaga?
yung mga mommy. No, I mean yung mga dinidate ko dati, yung mommy.
Yung mommy nila?
Oo, kasi...
Kasi lalaki, iba yung relationship ata ng mom and yung
parang, di ba,
son
parang
eh.
they look at you like kinikilates everything.
So your daughter here, has she met anybody? Is she dating someone also?
Meron siyang crush sa school and she's been telling me about
Is
the
he
crush.
Pinoy?
Hindi eh. Hindi. Alam ko hindi. Pero nakakatuwa kasi I love stories like that.
How old is she now?
She's 18.
She's
she just
18.
turned 18.
Oh my gosh.
So, yun.
So what does she say? I mean, there's a big difference in how children their own, kids their age communicate. So when my kids came over, sabi nila, Ma'am, iba rin sila dito mag-communicate. Iba sila dito. Lalo na sa school. Sabi ko, ano ba ang difference ng school dito, school doon, sa Pilipinas? Well, first, 50 is their passing grade. Di ba sa atin, 75? It's like, what's next? I mean, they don't have quizzes every day. They don't have much homework. So, ako, pag ang grades nila nasa 80, sabi ko, sabi niya mas madali dito. Bakit 80 lang yan? Sabi niya, Ma'am, ang passing dito, 50. Ganun ba? Okay. Tatahimik na ako.
Oo.
So, mga ganun yung mga difference. Does your children, I mean...
Lately, it's funny, she told me, Mom, ano ba yung sabi niya? Parang, iba yung dating dito.
So, what is dating here?
Ano daw, parang you just go, because she has a crush and her friends in school have been telling her to just approach the person and ask him out.
No problem. Easy. Something
parang
like that.
just go ahead and do it already. Siya syempre parang kahit hindi natin tinuturo, wala naman kami tinuturo. Pero siguro yung pagka-Pinoy niya, mas conservative.
Yes.
Diba? Yung parang ligawan muna.
Dapat ganon.
Mag-feel
So may
muna
ganon pa rin
tayo.
pala sa Pilipinas at the moment. Okay.
I would think so. I'm actually not the...
So we're not knowledgeable about these
hindi
things.
na,
Okay.
Hindi na kami yung batch na ganyan. Pero yun pa rin yung akala niya. So she still can't bring herself to just be that bold
Yes.
and aggressively ask someone out.
But apparently out here, it's the norm. You can.
Oo,
If you
yung
want
parang sabihin
somebody,
na,
if you
it's also, it's the...
it's empowering actually.
Oo.
There's
Oo,
nothing
na
wrong with it.
parang-
I don't find anything wrong with it.
Actually. So there are good things, but then babalansehin mo rin na yun na nga yung mga magagandang Filipino values
Keep it,
natin,
right?
Diba?
Yeah.
Nandyan pa rin. I see your boys in the podcast and they seem like, nakakaaliw sila panoorin. It seems like, unang-una, they don't mind being with family. You know,
Yes.
just to appear on camera with family.
Feeling ko kasi they just grew up with it as well.
Oo.
Parang it's like their awareness na rin na their dad and their mom is like, feeling ko parang ganun.
At saka, I guess you guys are, how are you as a mom ba?
I
Are you
don't
the
know.
strict one?
No,
Are you,
I don't
hindi.
think so.
Oo.
It depends on what we're talking about.
Oo, anong aspect?
Yeah, I try to be as, I think as Gen Xers, we're more lenient.
Oo.
Kasi,
Strict yung before
yung
us
mga
eh.
baby,
Oo.
yeah, exactly. So parang, ayoko namang maging ganun. Mas lenient, parang they can communicate with us more than tayo with our folks. Kasi mas ano yun ang tawag na old school yun, di ba? So anyway, for me, I think, my kids can communicate. I mean, if there's always respect involved in
okay.
any conversation in my household. Parang, yes, you have your opinion and you can express it. But please, you do it respectfully. Yung ganun lang. Wala namang problema eh. I mean, if you have a point, yeah, why not? Let's talk about it. But then, it has to be with respect all the time.
When you were growing up, how was it in the household? How was...
I think it was the same as most households in Manila, in the Philippines. Parang, whatever the parents said goes, right? And there would be moments that you could actually reason out, but it would be very limited, right? But as you get older, you'd have more of a voice. And then if you're living on your own, all the more you have your voice, diba? Parang you also have to... Yung feeling ko yung generation natin, we had to prove ourselves to our parents before we could be heard.
You had to earn it, no?
You had to earn it, which actually makes sense also.
Until now.
Parang, just because you have a voice, kailangan makinig ako sa'yo. You also have to earn my trust and respect na whatever you're saying does have sense. Makes sense, di ba? Parang, or does have reason. Parang, recently kasi in the age now, parang,
they're used to having a voice.
Basta't may voice. I have a voice. I will say what I want to say, which is okay din naman. Pero, if you want to say what you want to say, wait for me. Whatever you're saying, does it make sense? Diba? Are you saying it with respect? Just because you have a voice doesn't mean you just use it anytime you please and however you please. It also has to make sense, and you also have to say things with respect para people will listen.
Were your parents disciplinarians?
Parang my mom was the stricter one, my dad was the more lenient one.
Ilan ba kayong siblings? I just know you and
Janice and I have a brother also. He's my half-brother who's younger than me. Meron din. Pero we grew up with, kasi my dad, he's a marketing guy, advertiser and all that. So medyo, he's out there, he's more, pero medyo, may pagka-intellectual. Pero more cool. That's my mom she was the disciplinarian of the two. So matriarchal ang aking environment growing up.
And then you're close with Janice. Do you stay?
Oh yeah.
Do you stay close?
Oh
Are you
yes,
still,
yes. Dalawa lang kami nasa Pilipinas eh. So we have no choice but to be close.
Iba-iba kasi ang interesting din ang siblings. Relationship. I mean, it can be...
How many ba kayo in your family?
We are 4 girls.
Oh my God!
So I grew up with girls.
Kawawa yung
why,
daddy.
Actually, my husband is saying, siguro kawawa daddy. Alam mo, isa sa mga things about the Mercado household, we have, 4 girls kami. My eldest sister has 4 girls.
Oh my gosh.
And then, me, I have 2 girls. My
Lord.
other sister has 1 girl. And my other sister has 1 girl and 1 boy. So there's only one
There's only
boy.
one boy in the family.
And you know what happens in the Mercado household? The banyo is always open. It's free game for all.
You know what? You're right.
May naliligo.
Kasi kami ganun din. You can go in the banyo, kahit may naliligo, kahit anything.
May naliligo, may nagtutoothbrush, may nasa toilet, may may party sa banyo.
Tapos nag-uusap and it's like wala lang. That's true.
Yeah,
That's why si Ariel parang nawi-weirdoan siya na okay lang ako. Parang,
nga no, you are the only girl, I mean in the
house.
In the immediate
I am the
family.
queen.
You are the queen.
Actually, I'm the queen. And there's so many pros and perks that the queen gets. Because boys sila,
Like what?
First of all, there's less fights with the daughters, diba? And the mothers, they're fighting all the time. There's less of that. Kasi I have boys. So, when I say stuff na irritates them or something, they just...
dismiss you.
Dismiss or pasensya na lang. Or say, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Pero pag girls, di ba, ma'am,
papatulan ka.
Papatulan ka, di ba? Ganun yun eh. I mean, that's how it is. I know my sister is like that. Because she has 3 girls.
Oh, okay.
So, ibang-iba yung relationship niya sa girls niya, sa boys niya. Kasi nga, yung boys parang, okay, yes, ma'am, sure,
yes,
whatever. Pero the girls, they will... reason out, they will, mangongontra yan. Pero yung mga boys yan. So, there's less fights. So, being a queen, also, pag we go shopping, we go to the mall, whatever, wala akong dala. They have to. I don't know why.
Kulang na lang buhatin ka. Tatlo yan eh. Oo.
At saka hindi lang nila binubuhat bag ko. So they draw the line. Kasi yun ang turusan ng tatay nila. When you're mom, when you're out, you take her bags. Just
okay, that's
ladies
good.
parang kailangan kailangan matuto din sila na
Uy, maganda yun kasi parang I'm wondering, sana there's still enough gentlemen. Oo, chivalry. It doesn't have to diminish the equality, diba? It's just really nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just a plus.
oo.
It's just a plus.
Oo, isa na naman. I'm contemplating whether to go there. Wag na. Yung mga equality of but
Let's, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, para dapat sumatap na rin ako.
No, go
Baka
ahead.
it's not safe.
Go ahead. What
was I gonna
What
say?
were you thinking about equality?
I don't know. No, I find that we always claim that we want equality women. Pero there are things we're not also willing to give up.
Oo, na parang
Like,
gusto rin naman
natin na ladies first.
Oo.
Akala ko ba gusto mo equality? Pero gusto rin natin ng ladies first. Enjoy din natin yung them catering to us, like simple dates and meals. We enjoy not being the one to pay. We enjoy that as well. So I feel like through the years, especially married for 25 years, I realized we really have roles. We really have roles in the house. And with those roles, it creates harmony because you know what's expected of you. I know what I expect of him. And there is compromise always. And there is respect. Parang, I respect that that's your area of responsibility. Diyan ka, hindi na ako makikialam dyan. And he respects na this is what I do. I'm the one. I want to be the one who cooks. I want to be the one who fixes this area, or I want to be the one.
Ano yung areas of responsibility niyo ni Ariel? How do you?
Okay. So when we're here, it's different. When we're in Manila, it's different. When we're in Manila, basta anything to do with the house, the food, that's me. The household help and the food and the maintenance of whatever, ako yan. But si Ariel, anything that to do with the fixing of the bombilya, fixing of the may nasirang ganyan, or the cars, siya yan. So may ganon, or with the kids, when we were in Manila, when the kids were still there, ako in charge sa school, ako in charge sa, wag lang math. Wag lang math.
Pinapasa ko sa asawa ko pag math.
Pag math, ikaw na. Pagdating sa mga, anything to do with the school, the enrollment, whatever meetings, whatever happening they have in school, in their sports, and whatever, basta their clothing, their maintenance, caring, yung hygiene, ako yan. And then pagdating sa pagiging lalaki sa sports, siya yun. So sa basketball or whatever, hindi ko naman kaya yun, di ba? Tsaka sa math, hindi ko rin kaya. So siya yun. Yung mga ganon. Parang there are roles that we play. I mean, with the finances, I used to take care of the finances, but then eventually we figured he's more OC, he'll probably do a better job in the finances. So siya na sa finances, ako na yung other stuff. It's something that works well for me, for us.
Kanya-kanya yan diba? And it takes a while para ma-determine nyo na ito.
Ito talaga, this is what works for us.
Tapos trial and error. Ito, better ka pala finances. Okay, sa'yo na yan.
Parang you have to define it and then work on it, but always have room for compromise and adjustment kasi things change.
But 25 years married.
Yes.
How is it? Anong mga learnings mo in marriage? Like
that you should always be open to compromise, but at the end of the day, it's not just love that makes it work. It's really respect. And when there's respect, you somehow build trust. Somehow, di ba? Parang you generosity is key. You want to be generous to your partner. Kasi you know he respects you. You know and somehow anong nangyayari parang you want to be generous to each other, and in the end parang sometimes parang you gave me this, and parang you want to outdo each other's generosity. May mga ganun na. Parang parang as you get older, parang that's something that you have to discover with your partner.
Oo.
And I tell my nieces and I tell my kids na when you find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, make sure na you see how they are with their families. Lalo na with girls. I mean, kung paano ang mga boyfriends ninyo sa parents nila, even the women, I mean, even the girls, that's how they will be to you and your children. So if you see na they're mean or there are kids parang, ma'am, come on, ano ba? May mga ganon eh. Or parang meron din namang mga kids na parang yung very selfish, yung ganon. Pag nakita mong ganon sila sa pamilya nila, you'll know.
Medyo red flag.
Oo, may red flag na dyan. You'll know how they will be in the future sa'yo. Now, they'll be fabulous. Di ba? Kasi bago, fresh. But when you get older, it'll get worse.
Yeah.
If they're jealous now, they'll be more jealous pa.
That's true. Meron ko pang mga hindi nakikita. Yung mga nakikita mo ngayon, it's just the
pag
scratch
lumalabas
in
na
the
rin ang
surface.
masamang ugali mo because of your partner,
Magre-respond na rin siya sa ano.
maybe this is not the right partner for you.
Paano kayo nag-meet ni Ariel?
Well, we're in the same industry, right? So, inevitably...
Ang dami. Out of everyone in the industry, why did Gelli choose Ariel and why did Ariel choose Gelli?
Weird because he started as a singer and then artista ako, no? We would cross each other sa hallway ng ABS and syempre, ako crush ko siya kasi he was the singer. He was Ariel Rivera at the time, right? So
siya yung crush mo noon? Kasi maraming...
Well, I had different crushes. You know, come on.
Okay.
we're like teenagers. We
So
have
wala kang
crushes all over
boyfriend
the place.
noon, nung time na nakita mo siya?
Wala.
Okay. Pinalala, sandali. Wala. Okay.
Yun, pero kasi parang you see each other all the time at work.
Kasi crush ng bayan talaga.
Crush naman ng bayan kasi talaga si
nun eh,
Ariel.
oo.
So, nag-reach out siya, sige.
So, crush ka daw niya nung mga panahon niya. I will hopefully guess Ariel.
Hopefully, siya na sumagot sa'yo nun.
No, pero tapos, how did he ask
Actually,
you
hindi
out?
akong crush niya nun. Ang crush niya si Carmina.
Who's your good friend?
Yeah.
Right?
Pero I don't know, it didn't work. I don't know. Nothing panned out. Crush din niya noon si Sharon Cuneta. So it didn't pan out either. Parang, I don't know. Siya na lang tanongin mo dyan. I had my own crushes.
Gusto ko malaman yung Jelly side of it.
What's the jelly
yung
side
sa'yo
of
naman.
it? He was I loved Ariel. Parang, I would watch his shows.
How nice naman to marry your crush.
I know, right? I would watch his shows. But then, syempre, I would just watch his shows. So, and then finish. No more. Moving on. And then, he reached out. So,
How? May cellphones na nun? Grabe
no,
naman.
wala pang cellphone
wala pa
masyado.
ba?
Meron na ata nun. Pero, ano pa yun? Yung mga malalaki. You know what we had? We had beepers. Easy call, pocket bell. And then he reached out. He actually asked for my number.
Nagda-dating tayo.
Kay Ogie. Si Ogie was the one who gave him my easy call. My beeper.
Okay.
And then Ogie goes, Jelly, hiningi ni Ariel yung beeper mo, okay lang? Siyempre naman, no? Ano ba? Tapos yun. And that's how it started.
Then you went out.
Then we went out.
I like the...
gusto mo ba talaga maraman ng kwentong yan?
Gusto ko yung
Diyos
mga
ko,
kilig-kilig
Lord.
details.
This is like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so he messaged me, said, are you free? Ito yung panahon ng campaign ni Ramos.
Okay, President
before
Ramos.
he became the president. So this was that time. We were busy. Because we were busy
Ito yung height ng career. Mahaba yung height ng career. But this was...
But this was that, syempre, you're at that age, yun din talagang busy ka di ba? When you're young, at that time, we were campaigning here and there and all that. So we were really both busy. But then, we found time to spend time together, I guess.
So you weren't in the same show? Pero,
no, we did not.
That's more challenging.
He was doing Apo. I was all over the place with the movies and the TV shows. It was the time na I could do shows in ABS, GMA, and Channel 13, and all the channels pwede. At that time, di ba? Yun yung time na yun. I was doing stuff
Ano yung
left
mga
and
date
right.
nyo? Saan kayo nagpunta?
We would eat out. Ito pang, okay, ito weird. Okay, so we went out that night, pero we had to judge some kind of contest. Sabi ko, this is the first date. Pero we had to judge some kind of contest first. I mean, we went for dinner, and then we had to judge some kind of contest, and then, weird date. Well, anyway, so that was parang...
May point of conversation na.
May point of conversation na, di ba? Kumain kami pa he took me to ano ba yung... That marketplace, yung you go to the place and then
Yung luto.
papaluto mo siya.
One of those dampa, mga
Oo, ganon. Parang ganon. Pero hindi siya dampa eh. Sa Makati yun eh. Well, anyway, hindi naman ako marunong umorder. Hindi naman ako marunong. At that time, I was 19. What did I know? So, sabi ni Ariel, ikaw na yung mag-order. O sige, gusto mo to? Ganun pa kayo, discussion. Kasi hindi ko naman siya masyadong kilala. That was our first date. So, sige, okay. Sabi ko, paluto ako ng, I don't know, let's say it was shrimp. 1 kilo niyan. Tapos 1 kilo nito. 1 kilo. Imagine mo, siguro mga 4 na ulam yun na. Tagi 1 kilo is bawat order. So si Ariel pagdating namin, ako rin parang, paano natin ubusan to? 1 kilo pala ganun. So what did I know,
God,
right?
That's so funny.
So that was a point of conversation na rin, I guess. So yung mga ganon.
Dami yung take out.
Marami, hindi nga namin inuwi. Siguro kasi first time namin magkakilala, mag-date. So parang nakakahiyaan.
Nakakahiya mag-take out.
Nakakahiya naman. Siguro if I had known then what I know now, I would have taken all that stuff home.
Oh yeah, of course. Lalo na dito sa Canada, ang hirap ng
di ba? You have to prepare yourself. Mahal. And, cooking and preparing and all that.
Oo. Pero after nung date na yun, so...
After ng date na yun, we probably saw each other na often. But we were very busy. Very busy.
So it went for... how long was the courting stage?
Oh my Lord. I don't remember. I'm sure it wasn't that long.
How long before you decided to get married?
5 years.
Ang tagal din.
5 years.
Yung nagde-date.
We were dating
Dire-diretso
for 5
yun?
years.
Or did you break up in the
We
middle?
break up in the middle. We broke up
Parang gusto ko yung ngiti mo doon. Parang may mga kwento doon sa
We broke
sa
up for about
middle.
3 months and then we got back together.
Ano yun, bumabalik-balik siya ng Canada? Yung mga
Within that
panahon na
time.
yun? Oo.
Yeah.
Taga dito talaga siya nun, di ba? He was vacationing in the Philippines.
he was born in Manila, pero he grew up here.
Oo.
I think when he moved here, he was 5 years old. And then, dito siya lumaki. Sa kanya mo na tanungin kung paano siya nakarating ng Pilipinas. Basta, 20s na siya nung umuwi siya ng Pilipinas.
Oo.
And I met him
What
in his 20s.
made him different? How did you know, asawahin ko to?
When you're
hindi
19,
maganda
you
pa.
don't think about that. Especially for me at that age, feeling ko lang parang I just enjoy his company. Yun lang ang importante. But then for us girls, when we meet somebody, most girls, when we date someone, lalo na at that time, feeling mo always, di ba? This is it. This is it. Siya na yun forever and ever like that. But for me, parang ini-enjoy ko lang siya and I see I observed na he has a lot of Filipino in him, but he also has Western ways. He had it also. Pero the Filipino stuff that was important to me, nandun. And then the Western thinking that was also important to me was there as well.
So you also found that appealing na meron
I found it
siyang
appealing kasi
Western side.
there's this thing about Filipino men that from my experience, not everybody's like that, pero medyo may pagka-jealous type.
Oo, may pagka-possessive.
May pagka-possessive. May pagka...
I own you.
Yes, at may pagka you can wear stuff like this lang. Parang marami ka limitations which I did not enjoy.
Panahon po namin yung mga ganun ng
Panahon
lalaki.
namin yung
I don't
hindi
know
naman
if they're...
ata ganun ngayon eh.
Parang less, oo.
Parang less. Iba naman ang mga problems ngayon. So, para tayo yung mga problems natin noon. Which syempre parang for me, parang I'm young. I need to grow.
So it was kind of refreshing that
it was refreshing
like
that he was open to me being me. Me just being loud and madaldal like this. He was fine with it. Syempre, perfect.
Now that you said that, I can imagine men trying to clip your wings.
Exactly.
Trying to make you more prim and proper. O huwag ka masyadong malakas.
Or huwag masyadong pa-sexy. Or huwag masyadong pa parang, hello, I'm young.
Yeah, but it's good that you already had that sense na I want to keep my identity. I want to
Luckily, buti na lang. I don't know what happened.
It's part of
why I
your...
was like that.
It's probably
Kasi a lot of girls don't have that, di ba? Parang lalo na when you fall in love the first time.
na parang...
Well, that's how I actually a little bit was, my first love. I was more willing to do that. But then, after my first relationship, parang sa next ko, hindi na ako pwedeng ganun. Parang, no.
Yun
It's
naman
probably why it didn't work.
Pagdadaanan mo, then you realize. Tsaka I think, dadaan tayo sa mga tanga moments. We were stupid.
Yes.
You have to go through being stupid before you become smart. Before you become
smart
wise.
enough, right? Kailangan madapa ka muna bago ka matuto na masakit.
Dami ko nang peklat from dapa-dapa.
I know, right? Scars that, kailangan superficial lang. Pag masyadong deep, ay hindi pwede. Kakapangit ng knees.
So, what about your secret? Why do you still look very young?
I'm passionate about skincare.
Okay. So there's effort that goes in it.
It helps that, our genes as Asians really
Akala ko
help
our
us.
genes as De Belen.
No, as Asians, it helps a lot.
That's true.
It helps us, parang Asians, you notice, parang
mas supple yung skin natin.
feeling
We're
ko lang
less
ganun.
wrinkly.
Kasi at saka meron
We're
tayong
more...
melanin ba tawag doon?
the collagen.
No, it's the thing.
Melanin, the pigment.
The pigment that helps you not burn as much, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's us as Asians that helps. And then the weather in the Philippines is humid. So it's not as harsh to our skin except if you go under the sun. Pero here kasi you have 4 seasons, medyo arid, medyo dry dito. So medyo So put ka lang ng maraming moisturizer.
So if you don't mind, ano yung skincare? Is it...
It's a bit tedious sometimes.
Tedious. Kasi meron akong mga friends na, lalo na ngayon, yung mga Korean way. Meron akong friend talaga, she knows who she is. Mga 20 step ba yun? Or I'm exaggerating.
No, 10 step is the usual.
Magkonti sa kanya yun. Parang 13 yata or 14 step.
That's a little too much naman for me. Basta kailangan you have to know what goes well with your skin type. Parang the first and foremost
Pero skin naman talagang importante. Kasi no matter how much makeup you put.
Para hindi ka na mag-hide.
Kaya nga, Jelly, walang makeup ngayon. Nagganon lang.
Naglagay akong cheek tint kasi sabi may
cheek
tint, tsaka lipstick.
Diba?
So anyway, parang ang important, parang you take care of your skin so there's not much to hide with makeup. So when I was younger, I was focused on makeup. And then as I got older, parang it's better if I don't have to hide anything na lang.
Actually.
Diba? So take care of my skin na lang para enhance na lang. Ganun.
What about your body? You've always been lean? You've always been...
When I was younger, medyo
You were never a chubby kid. Were you?
When I was younger, siguro. Pero never really big, no? Kasi...
Genes ba yun or kontrolado talaga pagkain mo?
Nagko-control, but I think both. I got the, I think a little bit of both. Kasi parang, ang pinaka-reasoning ko dito, ito weird, cheapskate, ayoko magpapalit ng wardrobe. I have clothes
ang ganda ng motivation.
I have clothes
that still fits you.
I bought when I was still dalaga. I still have clothes.
I can imagine.
Kasi nga, di ba, sayang naman. If I gain weight, I can't wear them. And if I can't wear them, I have to buy new clothes. And nakakatamad. I love to shop, pero, di ba, parang pwede namang, kung pwede ko namang gamitin yung maong ko from 5 years ago, pwede naman. Kung maganda naman ang fit, di ba?
Sige pa share nga ng health tips or,
moderation.
How do you, do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm turning 50 on May.
Diba? So 50 can look
Golden
like this.
Golden girl! Oh my God.
Diba? But I'm noticing a lot more like 50-year-olds who sometimes look better than when they were in their 20s.
Because there's more information of how you can take care of your skin right now.
That's true.
We have more, that's the power now, information. So, we try to use it. We should actually try to use it to our advantage. Kasi dati naman we didn't have all this information eh.
So going back to your tip, what was
I saying?
Pa-share ng tip on how you can you maintain physically looking good at 50.
Kasi I believe that if you look good, you feel good eh. And then when you feel good, you're a better person.
That's true. Your mood is better.
Your mood is better. You're nicer to converse with.
No, totoo yan. I tried just very recently. Sorry if I cut you there.
No problem.
Nag-grow na ako ng white hair. Sabi ko, it's okay. I'm
It's
gonna
life.
embrace aging. It's okay. I'm not gonna color my hair. After a while, I was just not feeling very nice. I wasn't.
Tapos magharap
And I
mo sa
didn't
salamin.
Oo. Pero sabi ko nga, embrace aging, okay lang yan. Ganyan naman. I will, dapat yun ang statement to the world ko eh.
Embrace it gracefully, di ba?
Gracefully. But I wasn't being graceful. That was the thing. Maybe it's a trying time in my life. Also, my
there are
husband's
a lot
not here.
a
My
lot of
kids
changes.
Marami akong adjustment. So, saka na muna yung white hair. Medyo saka na muna siya mag-enter the scene. Ngayon, so I conceded. I colored my hair. I cut my bangs is my thing. My good friends know. Ever since I was in high school, ako nagugupit ng bangs ko. Kasi I have natural curls. So my bangs never do this unless you blow dry it.
And then you have to dry it a certain way. And within a certain
Girl talk na to,
grace period, after you take your shower or after you wash it,
Totoo.
kailangan within that time, uunahin mong i-blower yung bangs mo. Kung hindi, mali na.
Oo, iba na yung mood niya, di ba?
Flat
Hindi na siya susunod.
Or iba na siya. Parang ngayon, today, ibang bangs ko.
That's true.
Mali ako.
Ganun ba?
Oo.
Pero totoo yun, di ba? So parang nagbangs ako. I do feel better. I'm less masungit. I feel like, so
You're in
I
a chipper
conceded.
mood.
I conceded. It's probably not the time yet, to be that graceful about the white hair. Okay, so
That's just white hair. I mean, we can all grow old gracefully with different stuff.
different things.
Yeah,
different
kasi we
aspects.
have the knowledge na and the experience eh. So feeling ko parang that alone is growing old gracefully na. Kasi you know yourself better. It's when you know yourself better. You know what looks good on you. You know what you appreciate more and you accept it. I think that's when everything falls into place.
Falls into place.
Parang it's a self-discovery. Parang if you accept yourself at this point in time with all the knowledge that you've acquired and experience that you acquired through the years, dapat lang you look better. Kasi
diba?
if you look bad, if you look worse, kasalanan mo na talaga yan.
Sabi nga ng kaibigan ko, at this day and age, wala na tayong excuse to
There's
look
no
bad.
excuse to look
Lalo na kung meron kang...
I have a friend, sabi daw ng nanay niya, sa panahon ngayon, kasalanan mo na kapag pangit ka. Oh my God, sabi ko, wow, grabe harsh. Pero if you think about it, parang oo nga eh.
There's a
Kasi
certain truth,
wala ka
diba?
ng excuse na hindi mo alam eh. All the knowledge and information is within reach. Kaya may budget ka, kaya wala. Nasa sayo yun eh. So
And
yun, it's part of your journey. It's not important to a lot of people. And to a lot of people, it's important to them. So, nasa sa inyo na yan, what's more important. If looking good or it's part of your journey
That's
to becoming a better person, edi go there. If it's not, edi don't go there. Yun lang yun.
Correct. I love how you simplify that. So, before we let you go, so what legacy do you want to leave in show business and for your family, for your kids?
So I guess we start with show business. I would like to be remembered as an actor who was effective. That's all I want. I've never reached superstardom anyway, and it's not something I ever really wanted. But at the end of the day, like at this point in time, what I want is to be remembered as an actor or a colleague who was effective and who was fun to work with. Na if you're, si Gelli, gusto kong ka-eksena yan. Yun ang gusto ko. Or for a director, parang, si Gelli, nako, Masaya yan or maayos siyang magtrabaho or she's good. I mean, that's what I would like. I would like to be remembered, of course, by the people for my work, not for what I wore, who I fought with, or yung mga things like that. Parang kasi those are all fleeting. Parang gusto ko yung my work will outlive me, sana. No matter what it is. No matter if it's comedy or drama, it doesn't matter. Basta, whatever I did, I was effective.
Yung pagka-versatile mo, no? Kasi yung comedy, solid ka rin doon.
Kasi yun ang
drama.
training ko kasi talaga. My training was comedy. My training was comedy. And then, I eventually shifted to drama as I got older.
When you say training, what does that mean?
Meaning, all the movies that I did from the age of 14 till I was 21, it was mostly comedies.
Mas mahirap ang comedy, diba?
I find that it is because it's more cerebral. It's more timing. And just because I said this very same line, the way I will deliver it and the way another person will deliver it won't be the same.
Nakakatawa kayo sa tropang trumpo.
Oh my God.
And sa bubble gang, diba?
I was never in bubble gang, but I was in
tropang trumpo. Nakakatawa. It was simple, parang,
You
and I
would
guess
think, no?
because it looked simple to us who were watching, hindi siya simple.
Hindi naman
Gawin.
din. Hindi naman din. Kasi parang, you have to be funny. I can, if like,
You guys look like you were enjoying yourselves.
It's
like,
doing comedy is fun though. Lalo na when you know what you're, pag sanay ka na sa kasama mo, or sa role mo, or whatever, it's really fun. Pero you have to think a lot.
so habang ginagawa mo yun, yung utak mo,
Pero when you're doing it, dapat
hindi
natural.
halata, no?
It has to come naturally, di ba? Parang even when you're doing drama naman, it has to also come naturally, you know? You have to perform it as if you're not performing, right? Pero yung parang with comedy kasi I find I have to think more, not feel. With drama kasi you have to feel more. You have to be the character. Pag comedy ka lang, you have to be the character and you also have to think when, how am I going to deliver this line and how do I make it more interesting or how can I make you laugh? Or parang ganon eh.
So paano ka nagpe-prepare doon? Dapat
timing. Kaya nga, parang that's why I said it's my training is because through the years, nadidiscover ko na you just don't say your line and they will be floored by it. No, you have to, there's a timing, there's a way to say it, and the way you word each sentence has to be a certain way so as you will find it amusing. Parang ganun.
yung mukhang hindi ko sinasadya, dapat na lumabas lang to sa
Oo,
bibig
yung
ko.
ganon.
So deliberate pala yung mga ganon,
Oo,
ano?
lalo.
Actually, I believe that. Yung parang,
I think,
pag mukhang walang effort yung napapanood nyo, the more effort was put there. Pag nakikita nyo yung effort, medyo hindi
pag
masyadong...
nakikita nyo yung effort,
Hindi
depende,
masyadong-
baka mamaya hindi lang talaga, baka
Diba?
walang time to prepare, mga
Oo,
ganyan.
kung nagkulang ng preparation.
So you would
Pero
see
pag-
naman ng mga comedian like look Tito Dolphy. I mean, you know, you think he's like
parang
that
wala.
lang.
Oo.
You know when he's rehearsing and you're like, he's like simple lang when you're talking or throwing lines. Tapos pag nag-take na, uy,
Oo, iba na eh, no?
iba
parang,
na.
Parang may sumapi.
Yeah, I know. Tapos
Like
parang
you
ikaw
guys.
minsan you can't keep a straight face.
Yeah,
Parang wow.
you're amazing. What about the legacy as a,
As a
in your
mom, I
family?
would, more than anything, it's just like that I was a mom my son needed me to be. That I was the wife my husband needed me to be. Iba yung want, iba yung need. Yung parang, mas importante yung, kasi we want a lot of things. But there are things that are more important that we need. Parang I want a signature bag. But all I really need actually is a bag that's functional, right? And at the end of the day, do you remember the signature bag? No, you remember the bag that gave you the most function, the bag that helped you a lot, that was easier for you to use.
So you want to be that mother who was there
Who was
on the
there
times
that they needed me. Children want moms that will say yes to them.
Yeah, but that's
Will
not
cater to their every want and whim.
Oh my,
But I
true.
want to be the mom that my children need me to be for them to be better people. Parang, and so for my husband. Yun lang.
Okay, so any other thing you might wanna
Well, I'm just
tell our
guys,
viewers?
if I don't know if you're aware, I have a YouTube channel, which I'm not very active in at the moment because I have moods. But then, if you are inclined and if you have time, please do visit my YouTube channel. It's called Just Gelli. And it's just fun. Huwag na kayong mag-expect na meron kayong matututunang malalim doon. Wala. Masaya lang to. If you just want to sit down and not think and be serious, just check it out. If you want to get to know my family, if you're interested, then you'll see my kids there and my husband there. And my friends, my sister. You'll see my family there. Basta't masaya lang.
And your dog.
And my
There
dog,
sometimes.
Nugget. And yeah, there. And then you can also check out my IG page, my Instagram, and yung sa TikTok, hindi ko masyado pang masakyan. Natatakot pa akong ano. Pero as TikTok na po ako, if you want, I'm just there.
Oo. Ano rin, no? It's another planet din. Ano?
You know
Learning
what?
all
In
these
the beginning, I was very judgmental about TikTok. I'm like, yeah, I don't do dancing on the ano. Although I love to dance, pero I don't want to do that. Pero nung nag-start ako mag-TikTok, I can spend hours on TikTok. Just watching videos, there's so much to learn. There's so much to see. But you guys, also be very discerning because there are a lot of things out there that you shouldn't believe also. Pero it's fun.
Yun na nga, ang dami. There's so many things on the table,
It's
right?
it's so much fun. A lot of people get to get their stage, get their opportunity to create, to be creative and be funny and interesting. It's cool.
Thank you so much, Gelli, for your time.
Yes, thank you
And
for inviting me.
yes, it's an amazing hour that we spent with Gelli. And next week, join us again for another round of Kwentuhan because just like Gelli, your story, it matters and we all deserve to be heard. Bye!